Hey YouTube, what is going on? This is iTalk here, and in today's video we have a brand new video. Welcome everyone to Unpopular Opinions, and if you guys are unaware, the Unpopular Opinions series is the series where I go on Twitter, I go on YouTube, I ask you guys what are some of your most unpopular opinions regarding Fortnite, and then I answer them here in video form. Now some of these might not be very unpopular, but they would be good for a discussion here on a video like this, so let's just get right into it. From GameShed_, he says that Season X was the best season. I highly 100% think the complete opposite of this. Now, if you're someone that enjoyed Season X, that is totally fine. I am not going to bash you. I think that is totally fine. We all have our own opinions here, but to me, I think Season X is the one season that really made people leave the game. I think Season X was definitely the one that did it the most. Like, I know the planes were bad, I know the sword was bad, and I know all that it was bad, but at least that got nerfed down, and that at least got like vaulted out of the game. And the mechs barely got nerfed at all until like halfway through the season, and it was just like, it was during the time where I did not want to play Fortnite. Fortnite during Season X was the worst time in my opinion. I couldn't have fun with it. The only way I had fun with it was playing Team Rumble, and yes, I know I am using Team Rumble footage here, but that's just because I couldn't get a good gameplay in time for a video today, so I apologize for that. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I really just strongly hated Season X. I really hated what their vision was to make the game easier for newer players by just giving them stuff to use against better players. But instead, now we have bots now, which is fantastic. This will definitely get newer players involved with the game. This is a lot better than how they handled it back in Season 10, but that's just my opinion. I really hated this season. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Honestly, I really want people to enjoy the game, but to me, Season X was one of, if not the worst seasons of Fortnite. From Hayden Womack, he said that Halloween skins are way better than Christmas skins. Change my mind. So this is going to be this is an interesting one, honestly, because I like both. I think Halloween skins and Christmas skins are very good. Now it really depends, because I was talking with Pizzo about this, and he's like, you know, I asked him the same thing, what do you think, which one's better? And he's like, well, let's wait until we get these Christmas skins for next month, let's see how good these are, and then maybe we could talk. And I understand that we have more Halloween skins than Christmas skins. We had Halloween 3 times in Fortnite, and then in Christmas we only had 2. So it's kind of weird to like compare the two, but at the same time, they're the two most popular seasons for Fortnite in terms of cosmetics, I would say. You know, St. Patrick's Day, we barely have anything, and, you know, Easter, we barely have anything either, but like Christmas and Halloween are the real big ones. They're the real big holidays for the cosmetics. And in my opinion, I think the Halloween ones are fantastic. I will say that. And I think the Christmas skins are very good as well. I don't know if I can choose between one of the other. Like Skull Trooper is a skin I really like, Ghoul I like a lot as well, and then you have skins like Brainiac, and then you have skins like Bunny Moon that I really do enjoy. But at Christmas, I do like some of the Christmas skins. I think Glimmer is a very underrated skin. Is it overpriced? Yes, but I do really like the Glimmer skin. I think Grimbles is a really memey skin. And overall, I do like the Christmas skins as well, like Nogops is great, and I also really do like, you know, Yuletide Ranger. Conan Elf is my least favorite skin in terms of any holiday skin for sure, but in general, I like the warm, fuzzy feeling of Christmas time, and the skins really replicate that, like Red Nose Ranger, Red Nose Raider, stuff like that. I really do like those skins, so it's really hard for me to compare the two and say which one's better. At the moment, I think Halloween skins have more creativity and are like technically better than Christmas skins, but that does not mean I don't like Christmas skins. I really do like Christmas skins. It's just that I do think that Halloween does, I think they work harder on Halloween skins than they do on Christmas skins. Not saying that's a bad thing, that's just something that I can notice here. Now let's see what we get for this year's Christmas. Let's see what kind of cosmetics we get this year. Maybe they'll be really good, and I think with Fortnite's art team, they've been killing it with cosmetics lately. I think we will be getting some great Christmas skins. From Pat Scamager, this is a pretty long one, but he says that the black hole downtime was the best marketing strat that Fortnite has ever pulled. Scratch said it was the best marketing strat that any video game in history has ever pulled. In terms of scale and the publicity it attracted, sure was frustrating for us to not be able to play for 36 hours, but the fact that the devs completely yeeted the game out of existence was huge. Not only did they call people out on their Vault Fortnite memes, but they also had people going out of their minds. The attention the PR stunt drew had the entire global community talking about the game again. even the bigger creators who quit in Season X because they had had enough. Major news networks even covered the event as if it was real world news, and the interest online went from 0 to 100 in mere hours. The publicity of the event drew in was the catalyst that set in motion the game's revival for Chapter 2. If they had not done something so drastic, if they hadn't gotten so many creators talking again, then Chapter 2 would still be great, but it would have been left dead in the water, pardon the pun. Epic somehow managed to pull out the biggest clutch in gaming history. This is actually a really good point. I don't think this is really unpopular at all. The fact that we had a black hole for 36 hours really got people talking. Like, who's heard of a game where you can't even play the game for 36 straight hours because they're like doing some marketing scheme? Like, this isn't like some sort of like thing like what they did with the Sombra ARG for Overwatch. Like, that was complicated, but at least it didn't like shut down the game for a certain amount of time. Like, it really had people wondering what was going on, and it was a weird time. Like, it's weird to really think that we actually had this happen to us. Like, I actually kind of like forgot about the whole thing because it's a weird memory that I really don't want to remember, because I'm going to be completely honest with you, the black hole scared me. You know, when you're a YouTube content creator and your main game is on one game, and mine is on Fortnite, you have the worry of like, oh, well, how long is this going to be here? Because I want to make content on the game, but I don't want to make content if we're going to have to deal with this black hole situation. So it was very strange. It was a very worrying time for me. I'm glad we got Chapter 2 because I really do enjoy this season. But yeah, like, that really kind of scared me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. But that's what I think about that. I think it's a really good marketing scheme. I don't think it's an unpopular opinion at all. I know a lot of people were really annoyed with the fact that we couldn't play, but I think that the business strategy was really smart on them. From Zlot 2003, he said, with Fortnite Nightmares only lasting a week, we were getting too much Halloween stuff and it's really hard to grab all of it because it's gone until next year. Epic should extend the event by 1 or 2 more weeks. So, you know, I'm picking this up from November 1st here, and Fortnite Nightmares is already gone. In my personal opinion, yeah, we should have had Fortnite Nightmares for at least 1 more week or something like that. Like, I know this season got delayed, so that's why Fortnite Nightmares fell short, but Fortnite Nightmares lasted 6.5 days, or maybe it was 1 entire week, but that's like, for so many like cosmetics to be coming out around this time, this was weird, man. Like, I didn't really count it, but with the amount of skins that they brought out during Fortnite Nightmares was kind of astronomical to me, and it was just like a weird time for Fortnite cosmetics in general, because it was like, oh, we got 1 skin, and then the next day we had new skins, then the next day, then the next day, then the next day, and they rarely ever really do new cosmetics once a day like this, so it really felt kind of overdone with the amount of cosmetics that we got. I mean, we even got like a pack, we got like the Final Reckoning pack, like, and we had like the Wave Breaker pack. Oh my god, then we had, you know, like the Minty Pickaxe was just getting hyped up around that time. There was so much going on at once that it was very overwhelming to many of us, I would say. And yeah, I do think that Fortnite Nightmare should have been an extra week just so they could flesh out the cosmetics a little bit. But overall, I think it was kind of smart of them, because they knew people were going to be buying these things, because once Halloween rolls around, they won't be able to get these cosmetics again until next Halloween. So it's very smart on Epic to do that, but at the same time, I feel like they squeezed in way too much. Like, some of the items only were out for 1 day, and then that was it, which is really a shame, because you never know. People don't play the game every day. They could have easily missed like a wrap or something, or an emote or something. So I think an extra week would have been nice, honestly. From Fate1K, he says, we should be able to gift skins that we own. So I don't think this is a very unpopular opinion at all, but I really want to talk about this. So gifting skins that we own would be a very interesting idea. However, I know for a fact Fortnite would never allow that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Fortnite doesn't want a trading system. Fortnite doesn't want a system where you can gift skins at your own leisure from your own locker, because that's technically just refunding the skin, and you only have a few refunds. Now, here's the thing, right? If you had like refunds left and you were to gift a skin by using a refund token, that actually, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Actually, that sounds like a pretty interesting idea to kind of work with that mechanic of like the refund tokens and just kind of gift skins that way. But in general, Fortnite doesn't really want to do that, because it's already being treated like some sort of trading system with the gifts. Because I've been on Twitter, I've seen people saying like, you know, hey, I'll do this if you gift me this wrap or this skin, because the people in the community typically add all of each other. So it's very off-putting that people are like, hey, I'll pay you this if you buy this for me, or I'll gift you back later. Because I've seen people actually get scammed this way. They say, hey, can someone gift me this skin? I'll gift this skin when this one comes back. And then they just don't ever. It's just a really weird situation for Fortnite with the whole gifting thing. And now that it's permanent, they have to really be careful with this, right? They really have to kind of just, you know, see what they're doing and make sure that no one's getting scammed out of anything and stuff like that. So I would like a whole gifting thing, like gifting skins that we own would be a really cool idea. But to me, I think it's going on the lines of trading. And I would like to make a video talking about trading in general and how that could work if they were to implement it. But to me, I don't think they would ever do such a thing. And to me, I think that it's just open for scams. It's open for, like, if you hack someone's account and then just gifted the skins away. Yeah, I don't think they would allow that, but that's an interesting idea though. From Meme FT, he says that Ghoul was massively overhyped and overpriced. So I pretty much have already talked about why I think that Ghoul Trooper was overpriced. It's mainly due to the fact that Fortnite didn't know what to price the skins back then. Ghoul Trooper is a first item shop skin. Skull Ghoul, the Renegade skin, the Petunia Glider, the Reaper Scythe, all that was in the day one item shop, right? So the prices varied, and the prices were basically what they thought would be a good price for skins. Do you realize that we don't really get that many legendary skins anymore? The reason being is because Fortnite has realized that legendary skins should be really, really good, and epic skins should be really, really good. And Skull and Ghoul both being epic skins was kind of strange. For us now, if you were to just get into the game now and you were really able to learn the cosmetics and like study up on them, and you would see that Skull and Ghoul were, you know, epic, you would kind of like take a step back and be like, why were these epic skins? That's just what Fortnite thought of them back then. There was no legendary back then, and in my opinion, I understand that it's overpriced. It's just how it is, right? That's just kind of how they had to sell it, and they weren't going to lower the price. They knew people were going to buy Ghoul Trooper in droves, and I know a lot of people did. And do I think it's massively overhyped? Any rare skin is overhyped, okay? Like any skin that's like really popular in the community is overhyped, but is that really a bad thing? I don't think so. If anything that brings hype to Fortnite is a good thing. And I think that's why people are so upset with Fortnite being so quiet on patch notes, updates, etc. is because like there's no hype right now. Like we don't know what's going on with Fortnite. My prediction is that we're going to be getting the food fight limited time mode, and we'll finally get the Battle Bro skin finally released, and that skin has a ton of hype behind it. So I don't know, is it like, regardless if you think it's overhyped, which I think it was very overhyped, I still think the skin's great. And is it overpriced? Absolutely. The spare edit style and the back bling, I don't think really makes it worth $1,500, to be honest with you, but I still like the skin. And like I said, that's how they priced things back then. So yeah, it's overpriced, but again, it was a skin back in 2017. They didn't know what they were doing with the pricing. From JC2 Toxic, he says the gold AK was liked better than the Scar and should be unvaulted along with the gold infantry rifle. I don't know where to begin with this one. The gold AK was liked more than the Scar. I'm going to heavily disagree with this. I think the Scar is still liked, even though I think technically the AUG Burst rifle is technically better than the Scar because it shreds through builds more. Oh, I don't think that many people like the AK, honestly. I mean, I knew it was like used for like competitive purposes because it technically hit harder, but the recoil was a lot harder. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm pretty sure the Scar was always universally liked more than any gun in the game, and he thinks that it should be unvaulted along with the gold infantry rifle. Now, the gold infantry rifle I really liked as well, and I don't really know how I would feel if they would unvault these, you know, items back, because I genuinely enjoy the skeleton-like loot pool that we have in Fortnite. For so long, we've had so many terrible loot pools from the past season, so I'm really happy that Fortnite has actually taken it upon themselves to actually make a really good loot pool. But yeah, I don't think bringing one AR back every so often isn't that bad of an idea. And I really do like the gold infantry rifle. I think that in the gold AK, I don't really like the AK that much, but I think it would have been all right to bring it back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Am I encouraging a bad loot pool again? I don't know. Maybe just I would like some more variety again. I do, you know, miss some of the weapons we had. I just didn't miss the pointless ones. You know, I thought balloons were really bad, even though they actually weren't the worst things ever, but like the chill pads, the ballers, like I was just so tired of all of it. So I'm glad that we have a more restricted loot pool. I just hope they add a few useful things coming up in the future. Like the harpoon gun was the first item they ever introduced here for this chapter, and I think it's great. So if they keep getting if we keep getting weapons like that actually isn't bad and it actually makes an impact on the game in a good way, I'm all for it. From You're a Bunny, he says that planes were really balanced and should come back to the game as mobility, but with fuel. I didn't like the planes at all, and I don't think they were balanced at all, even if they were just used for mobility. The thing that was good with the planes is that you could literally crash into 2 people fighting. You got free high ground, you got a free glider redeploy. It was just way too strong in my opinion. I didn't think the planes fit at all. The only times that planes fit in the game was Air Royale, and that is a fantastic limited time mode. I really hope that mode does come back sometime soon, but no, I really don't want the planes to come back. I want mobility. I want like the bounce pads back. I think the launch pads might be a little too much for the game that we have right now. I think bounce pads are fine, but launch pads might be a little bit too much mobility for the game right now. But I also like a car or a Jeep or something would be really cool, but planes, I don't think they were balanced at all. And then from Chaz, he says that Fortnite should go back to a tier system instead of a level system. So am I the only one that actually likes this level system a lot? I think this is really good. It actually helps you keep playing the game, and you can just kind of see how high of a level you get. There's no cap anymore. I kind of like this level system more than the tier system. Now, what do you think they're going to do for the next seasons to come? Do you think they're going to like let you keep your level? Do you think they're going to go back to the tier system? I personally have no idea, but I did like the tier system. Like I had no issues with it, right? Like it was kind of one of those, if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality things. But yeah, I mean, the level system to me, I think is really fun, and it helps you discern who's been playing the game a lot. Like I know that you could buy the first 100 levels through just buying the battle pass all the way through, but still it's like you can still level it up, and you know, the higher level you are, the people, you know what it also does, the level thing, it adds legitimacy, right? Like people recognize me in duo fill, squad fill, stuff like that because of the number next to my name, right? If someone was to impersonate me, right, and they were like a level 2, obviously that wouldn't be me, but since I'm like at level over 200, people recognize me and they're like, oh, you're the real ITalkFortnite, which I really do greatly appreciate when people notice me. But yeah, that's what's cool about it, is that's why I like the level system a lot, is that it adds some sort of replayability to the game, and there is no cap, there is no level 100 cap, and you can kind of compete with your friends on a leaderboard. I think it's a simple thing. It's nice, and plus you can level up once a day just by doing the cards, the report card things, like the punch cards. You could do those once a day and easily get a level up now, which is amazing, because before what they allowed you to do was you got basically 5 battle stars for each daily thing that you did, and that was it. It's the full level every day, which is fantastic. So I don't know, I like both, but I'm okay with what we have right now. And that'll be it, guys. That'll be it for the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know with a like, but only if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and turn on the bell just to go my latest uploads, and comment down below what your opinions on what I talked about today. Do you have some unpopular opinions with Fortnite? I would love to know. Follow me on Twitter at ITalkFortnite. Follow me on Instagram, ICanTalkFortnite. And if you would like to use me for support a creator, my code is ITalkFortnite. So thank you all so much that use that code. Seriously, it really does help me out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all later. See ya.